sick, the reason that we get fat, because we don't take care of our body, because we decide to give up authority over ourselves. And so when somebody needs to come to you, they get dignity with customization. Hold on. Too many of me talking right now. Mute this. Boom. Okay. So, that's number one. Psychographic is important. Psychographic is when we're looking for I say lower end pricing, when we're looking to build community. If you are looking to build community, which I know you want to, the challenge is when people are at such risk, when people are at such a challenge, they don't believe anybody else understands the pain they're in. So you're not necessarily looking to build a community. You're looking to build a like-minded set of individuals who want more health in their body. So topic is important. Topic gets you the door open. The reality is when somebody decides to pay you, it's based upon them saying, I'm tired of being tired, right? And I've tried everything else. So they've lumped you into everything else. They've lumped you into every other decision. So you're going to have to give away what Mark Victor Hansen would say. You got to give them the gold. You got to give them the best. You got to give them everything they need. You give them, and this is for everybody. When you are going to go do a training, when you're going to go do a conversation, you teach what, you teach when, you teach why, you do not teach how. They pay you for how. How is human. It is very hard to give somebody a book, right? Like The Law of Success, to give somebody a book. It's very hard to give somebody this book and say, this book will make you a better human. It will. And then, well, how will it do that? How is human? How is the reason you're going to go do something? How is who you become? So how does it work? What they're really asking, Heather, is how do I become a better human? How do I not hurt anyone? So topic, yes, topic is important. You want to speak to the most profitable topic that exists. You want to speak to a topic where there's the most audience for them to be able to hear, right? You want people, when they hear you speak, go, that's me. Oh my gosh, that's me, right? So in understanding that, I made a couple of notes here. Hang on. Transparent pricing, whatever that is. That's a little hot. Does that help, Heather? And you may or may not be able to chat.
Helps immensely. Yes, thank you. And big bonus with the how is human.
Yeah, this idea of when people ask how, what they're really asking for is what's going to change in me? How do you do that? How do I do what? How do you get me that result? Well, why would you want the result? Because I want to be better, right? Anytime somebody asks how, if we ask the next couple of questions, then what they really are saying is I need to become a better human, and I don't know how to do that. All right. So anytime somebody asks you, well, how do you do that? My answer is always what? Very well. Why do you ask? Because they're waiting for me to give them a strategy that they can go use. Anytime somebody asks how, why do you think people go to Google and say, how do I, right? It's one of the most searched words used in any search. How do I do this? How do I do this? How? What they're really saying is if we could no longer use the word how, is I want to become a better person by achieving the goal that you have available to me. When can I start? If we all know that we're going to shift, we're going to change, we're going to grow, we're going to adapt, we're going to adopt, right? So let me ask you this. If you were to look at your leads, the people who have come to you over the last 30 years, how many have said, I'm interested? Right? How many of them I said, I'm interested? Just think of, I'm going to give you three choices. What percentage? How many of them said your price is high? And how many said I need to decide? Right? And just generalities.
Well, I would say 100% were interested,
Okay.
yet committed. Who's committed is a different story.
Right.
Who, the price is high. Yeah, 80%. We'll
Okay.
say that.
So when we stop, whether we talk about, and this is again for everybody, this is important to understand the words behind the words, right? It's not about doing certain things, it's about doing things in a certain way. So when we look at these conversations, it's important to understand their signal, their vibration. Where are they at? So when somebody says, I'm interested, the signal check, right? The signal check to find out where frequency they're operating at when they say that is, what haven't you tried? If they've tried more than 3 times, would you say that most people have tried more than 3 different things before they came to you? You were not people's first choice. Would that be a fair statement?
Yes, definitely fair statement.
So then we have to bring them to the reality of what they've tried. They've already invested the money. They've already spent a ton of money. They've already spent more than you'll ever charge them. They just have to realize they're down to their last dollar, and they're not, but they're down to their last. I've tried everything and nothing works. I don't even know I should spend anymore. Isn't that a frequency, a signal that they could have?
Oh yeah, and that happens often.
Right. So then you've got to shift their signal. You've got to shift their focus. You've got to move their reality. And the next thing is that you've got to ask is, if price is too high, if they're interested, what haven't you tried? The next thing is that your price is probably competitive to other things they wanted to try but didn't, because they figured, well, it should work at this price, right? I can launch a rocket into space. Hang on. I can build a rocket and I can launch a rocket into space. True? We have to define what space is. Space is a different distance between me and you. Can I go buy a model rocket and launch it into the space between me and you? Yes. So I can launch a rocket into space. I ain't doing SpaceX. Right? So we have to define what is the space they're wanting to move into. So we have to ask the tough question. Hey, listen, what's the cost of another year being this sick? Not what does it cost you money wise. You're able to make an income. You're able to do something, right? Limited as it may be, or as functional as it may be, but what's it going to cost you in relationship? What's it going to cost you in family? What's it going to cost you in friends? What's it going to cost you in memories? We have to ask the tougher questions because you're here to break a mold. And so when you ask that tough question, what is the cost of being stuck another year? The thing you need to look at is body language. Body language reveals the truth. Tone in their voice reveals the truth. So another phrase that you're going to hear is people are going to say, I need to decide. And then you've got to ask the question, decide not to change. How does that feel? Discomfort equals a buying signal. Right? I would like you to write this down. $1,200 isn't healthcare, it's dignity restoration.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. And why is it possible that if all of the weights exist in a workout facility, why do people hire a coach? Why do people hire a trainer?
Oh, well, I mean, several reasons. They don't know what to do. They need accountability. They,
So take that to a
yeah.
psychological reason. Shame, to avoid shame.
Oh, yes.
So
Shame, embarrassment. Yes.
your personalization is to stop them from feeling embarrassed about their disease because they're going to overcome it. Right.
That's beautiful. Thank you.
So there's one more thing. There's the economic echo, meaning their past spending justifies this investment. You've already spent $1,200 on trying to fix this thing. You just haven't found the golden key. Do you want to find the golden key? Because otherwise you can keep spending $100 a month for the next 12 months and do the same thing and have the same result. We've got to hit this thing head on, and it's going to take a variety of tools and a variety of skills and a variety of talents that a handful of people have. I happen to be one of them. And are you ready?
And it's the time investment too.
Yep.
You know, for every year someone's been chronically ill, it takes at least 1 month, 30 to 45 days of targeted, intense therapies to recover. So, you know, and that is one of the hardest things for people to understand and to come to grips with, because we've been trained, take a pill and the symptoms go away.
Yep.
But that's not how true healing works.
So then the shift in your dialogue might be to stop selling wellness and start selling sovereignty over your body.
Yes.
Right? How much control would you like over your body? How much authority would you like back over your body? You want to wake up in the morning early? You could wake up. You want to go do something? You could go do something. You don't always have to ask your body for permission. When is it time to stop having to ask your body for permission to live a good life?
That's beautiful. And it reminds me of a client that I had here on Monday who told me, after years of needing the weekend in bed because work through the week just took so much out of her, she had energy. She didn't have to take a nap this past weekend.
So a post might be something like, how excited would you be if you didn't have to take a nap? Because your body runs you. I had a client over the moon call me and say, this is the first weekend and I can't remember how long I didn't need to take a nap because of how much energy I now have in my body.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
What'd you learn? What'd you like?
Oh, I learned that how is human, which is, I mean, there's a light bulb moment if there was one. And I like the question of sovereignty over versus wellness. That's, I mean, just those simple change in phrasing and words. And that's a whole different frequency.
Yeah. So as you become more bold in your language, you might say things like, I don't sell wellness here. I sell sovereignty. Right? That's novelty.
Yes.
What does that mean? Well, you can get well any place. You can go on a trip. You can feel well temporarily. I give you ownership back over your body. When you are ready to draw the line in the sand and say, I'm moving forward and I'm going to own my body, I'm going to own my capabilities and capacities. When you have sovereignty over you, the human being, and you start being more, that's what I do.
Perfectly lovely. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, welcome, welcome. Love it, love it, love it. Good morning, Silka.
Good morning, Sean. How are you this beautiful
Outstanding.
morning?
It's a gorgeous morning.
Yes, is it light already there? Because it's
No,
pitch
not
dark
yet.
here.
Nope, not yet.
Not yet. Okay. Well, did your time not change? Yeah, it did.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I mean the
Oh,
since
yes.
the
Yeah, time changed. Yeah, but
since the
it's,
time changed, it's light at 6 o'clock here again.
yeah.
That's why I was asking. Maybe yours didn't change. Okay, here's my question.
Okay.
I heard last night on one of my calls, one of the leaders share something that I wanted to ask a question about. Okay, so when people have a question, you put them in a three-way, correct? And then the leader or whoever the person is in there um, is supposed to answer the questions, but this leader said, I never answered the questions. I closed them before I answered the questions. So how,
Outstanding.
so how would you do that?
I don't know. I don't close people.
Well, she does.
Okay, good. I open them to possibilities and opportunities. So
Okay,
I don't understand that language.
let's just she uses that language, you use this language.
Oh
It's
no, it's two
essentially
different things. It's two
well,
different things. She's into a lunchtime, I'm into a lifetime. But go ahead. So
yes,
so how could I be of service?
yes. Not answering their questions.
How do you feel when you don't get your question answered? I think you would feel manipulated and frustrated.
Well, yeah,
And
because I like to
that's where
ask
buyer's remorse kicks in. She never answered my question. Now, maybe she does answer it by not directly referring to that. But my question is why does somebody have a question? The prospect who has a question that's going to get onto a three-way, I would ask him, so if you got the answer to that question, what do you do? What does the answer to that question do in your world? Does it move you forward to get started, or are you looking for Google information?
Well, maybe she's thinking that as kind of the same lines as what you're just saying.
I don't know. So my question to the prospect is if we get the answer to that question, what does it help you do? I'm more than willing to go through walls to get you the answer to that question. I just want to know, is that a worth it question, or is it a distraction question?
And what do you think they're gonna say? I mean, if you were
They're gonna
asking me that,
they'll always come up with a better. They'll always because people want to be important,
Mhm.
and they don't want to be outed that they're looking for wasted time questions. The mind doesn't say, no, this is just to waste time. Nobody's going to say that. In the 4 decades I've been doing this, nobody's ever said, no, I just want to waste time. People want to seem smart. So they're going to come up with an intelligent response to that. No, I really want to know the answer to that. I know if we get the answer to that, what's it going to change for you? What's it going to enhance for you? Because I have access to a whole bunch of smart people on my phone, smarter than me, that I can get you in touch with to make sure we get you the best answer. But I want to know, is the answer going to improve your life?
That's a good question. I mean, usually they want. I think and maybe you can answer this.
Sure.
Because with membership platforms, they can't see the platform until they are a member.
Right.
So they don't like that.
Okay. So
They're
if
like,
somebody
I
gave,
want to see how much I can save on X, Y, and Z before I buy the membership. And
absolutely, ever been to a doctor's office?
yeah,
Excellent. Did you ever get healthy before the prescription?
Like, did you ever try out the doctor before you? I
So
mean,
there's always going to be a fee in place. And there's no, I can't give you all of the access to it because that's the power of the membership. Imagine if Costco would let you go in they let you go look around, but they won't let you purchase unless you have a
no,
membership.
they don't let you in because you have to show the card. I mean, you can go in with somebody that has one.
Absolutely. So the question is we can do the same thing here.
Right, and I offered that. I said, you can get on a Zoom and we can go to my back office and you can tell me what you're looking for and we can.
But the reason is the reason that is a way for them to say no is because you haven't clarified. If they see into the back office, would that get them started? Because it's not hard to say, jump on a Zoom and take a look at my back office and let's go find a deal. The question is that if most everybody wants that, we would be doing is Zooms and back office and nobody would be buying anything because they would then be frustrated going, well, I can see if I can find that cheaper. You may find it as cheap someplace, you won't find it any cheaper. So my question is if we show you the inside and you see the savings, is that enough to get started? Or are you looking for something else? Some other way to
Have an
procrastinate
experience.
your solution?
That is a very, very good question. Yes.
Listen, I can get you the answers to anything. It doesn't, you're not here to be Google. Nobody's ever going to ask you that question where you could be a resource to them going, yes, I have this answer. That'll bring value to you. I don't want to bring value to anybody else. I want to bring value to you. If you get the answer to this, what's it going to improve in your life? How can we move forward? Is it a reason to get started or an excuse not to? Because if it's an excuse not to, then our website uses blue ink. You probably don't like that. That's a big enough reason to stop. We just saved each other a bunch of time.
What do you mean our website uses
Meaning
blue?
if they want to, if anybody is looking for a reason to not get started, any excuse will do.
Yes, yes. And I asked this lady the other day because she was like asking so many questions. Are you looking for an excuse not to get started or to get started? She got upset. She says, well, I need all my questions answered.
I love it. That's why we've got a website. It'll probably answer most of them for you.
Yeah.
At the end of getting all of your questions answered, what's the result? If you got all of your questions answered, then what happens?
Then she probably have to think about it some more.
Well, but my question is when somebody has a bunch of questions for me, I say things to make them feel good about their questions. God, I wish you were around when I was getting started. I didn't think to ask half of these questions. Let me ask you, at the end of all of your questions, there's going to be a whole bunch of great answers. What happens when you asked your last question? What's next? Clarify, qualify, create expectation. Clarify, qualify, create expectation. Clarify the questions, qualify what happens at the end of the questions, and then create expectation. Are she going to get started or does she feel like she's wasted her time? Which means you've wasted my time. So I'm always clarifying, qualifying, creating expectation. Clarify, qualify. What does that mean? What's the value to all of these amazing questions? Well, I want to know the answers. Do you really want to know the answers? The only reason you'd want to know the answers is so you could get started. What's the biggest question you have that would help you get started? Nobody asks questions to not do something, to not get started. You've got more valuable things to do, and I got probably some more valuable things to do than to be a Google source. If you got questions, it's because you want something. What do you want at the end of your questions? Because if we can start there and work backwards, then we could be started and you could be earning income. You could be traveling at discounts while still getting your questions answered. This is one of those things you can earn while you learn. They didn't do that for me in school.
No, they can hear. Yeah, and I like that.
Yep. So clarify, qualify, create expectation. We keep answering their question. Their question isn't the question they want to ask. It's the best distraction. They know how to keep you off your game. And when they realize they can't take you off your game, excellent. What happens when we get to the answer to that? Well, I'll have the answer. I know, but then what? I want you to get the answer. Then what? What do you mean, then what? You got the answer. Do you move forward or do you quit? Do you quit asking? Do you quit moving forward? Do you quit getting started? The only reason you're asking questions is to find out how to get started, right? If you keep that in the back of your mind, the only thing we want them to do is to teach us how to get started. And somebody who asks a lot of questions is teaching you how they want to get started. Somebody telling you excuses is telling you how they want to get started. Everything that somebody is saying to you is they are selling you on how they want to get started. Oh, call me in a week. That's how they want to get started, in a week, which we know we can translate into they ain't never get started. But everyone will always teach you how they want to get started. You've just got to hear that. When you hear how they believe they should get started, you can either choose to continue to waste your time or ask more qualifying questions.
That makes a lot of sense.
40 years of doing it. It works.
Because yes, I mean, because with this it's different because yes, they cannot. Yes, people ask, well, can I look? Like, no.
Sure,
And
absolutely.
I mean,
Absolutely.
well, but I want to do it on my own time. Well, sorry, it's a
Well,
membership.
absolutely. And just like stores are open, I would love to go to shopping at Costco at 2 a.m, but why can't I go to shopping at Costco at 2 a.m? And I'd ask the question, well, they're not open. Well, that's kind of silly, isn't it? Don't I have to go when they do business? And if you really want the benefits of this, you got to go when we do business. And these are the hours I do business.
Well, and Costco definitely is um, a great example because you cannot go in there if you don't have the membership.
Right.
Exactly.
And
You
now
cannot even look at the prices or anything. You're gonna need to go with a friend that has a membership if that's what you want to do before you buy the membership. So
sure.
that's actually a really great idea to
And even
use that.
Costco has different levels of membership.
Yes.
Right. And they're just now, Costco is going for the premium and they're offering I think it's an hour earlier or half hour earlier on before the store. They normally open at 9. Now they're going to open at 8:30 for executives.
Ah, yes, and they also, and I didn't realize that. Some lady said, "Oh, I get a check from Costco
Yep.
every year," and
Yep.
I'm like, "How?" Because I'm a Costco member, I don't get a check, so I'm like, "Well, this is." And she was in Canada, so I thought it was just in Canada, but then we figured out that she had the
The
executive
executive
membership.
membership. Yep.
Yeah, so I didn't even know that, and
No, we get a check it every year that at least pays for our membership.
That's they give me a check for using their Visa card.
Sure. So
But so
you could ask, are you a part of anything where you get benefits? Frequent flyer mileage, whatever. You can ask somebody when they ask, I want to see the back office. Awesome. Let me ask you a quick question. Are you part of a membership program where you get benefits? Yes. Do they tell you about the benefits before you get started? And that's why you've decided to become a member of that to get the benefits? Yeah. Can they give you the benefits before you're a member? Nope. We're the same way.
oh, you're so good. I mean, it's so mind blowing. If I don't ask questions, I always feel like wasting uh, time because I mean, every time I ask a question, it can be a very simple one. You give me like so many nuggets.
Well, because when we ask questions, we're asking human. We're answering how. We're begging the how. We're bringing the how. We're bringing the human out. And when you ask questions to somebody, you're not interrogating them. You're simply asking the human side of them. Are they willing to adapt and adjust to your new how? Because how you use your back office is different than any other back office. They may have been to Travelocity, to anybody else. They think they're getting a price. You become a different human when you use your platform, which is the how. How do I use it? Very well. Why do you ask?
That still makes me laugh every time you say that.
Yep.
I have never tried that with anyone.
I would try it. It's a novelty. You will watch their head explode. Nobody has ever heard that answer.
No, and I'd never heard it before you.
So and when you use that, people are like, oh, because it's kind of cocky, but it's not. And it forces them to really it forces them to understand the shift in what it's going to take to become human. They got to be a different person. How does that happen? Very well. Why do you ask? Well, I want that. Are you willing to adjust, adapt, and adopt new beliefs, new philosophies, new understandings so that you can use this? That's how it happens. You have to become a member. That's how it happens. You got to want to travel. That's how it happens. How is the hardest question to ask? Most people ask it because most people give a strategy and they go, well, I don't have time for that. How could you not have time to get better, to enjoy life at a higher level? So,
well, yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome, welcome, welcome. Anyone else? Questions on building your business? What can we do to grow your business this day, this moment? Where's your biggest hiccup? Where's your biggest hang up? You need leads. You need to do follow-up. You got a new project coming out. You got a new promotion coming out. You want to follow up with customers. You've got something new, right? The Z curve of marketing. You've got new products and you want to talk to old customers. What's going on? Anyone else?
Morning, Sean.
Hey,
Good morning, Diane. And then we'll go to, I think, hey, was AJ. We'll go to.
no, I just wanted to say, do you want to do the top of the hour once we're done, or?
Yeah, if we're there, yeah, yep.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, I posted a question and I didn't get any response.
Okay. I don't have my phone with me. What was the question?
So I guess that doesn't work. Or that's not reaching the people I want to.
Oh, you mean you posted? I thought you posted a question to me. I'm like, I didn't answer, Diane.
Oh, no.
My God. So what was the question?
It was about the liver.
Okay.
The organ. It was the organ question that we had talked about on the call the other day.
Okay. So can you, if I pull up your site, will I see the question there?
Yeah, it says, what organ do you have that has a statistics of 25 to 30% increase in North America? And it's not your heart. Drop a 1 to learn more.
So if it's, say the question again.
Oh, what organ do you think has a I can't talk this morning. 25 to 30% increased in North America, and it's not your heart. Drop a 1 to learn more.
What organ do you think has a 25% increase?
That of 25 to 30% increase in North America.
But increase of what?
Oh, I guess I didn't clarify that.
It's because it's confusing. Has it gotten bigger? Has it gotten more money? Does it cost more for a translation, for a transplant? So that's probably why, because it was, I don't know. And I don't know what 25 to 30% increase in what.
Okay.
So keep it simple. Talk to a second grader. What organ is it? Would you call it fatty liver? Is that the?
Yeah.
Okay. What organ has gotten more, what organ in your body has gotten fatter? Causing more disease in the last decade, and it's not your heart. Hint, hint, hint. Guess.
What organ in your body has gotten fatter?
Yeah, just keep it simple. What organ do you think has gotten 20 to 30% fatter in the last decade? And then maybe in parentheses, because are you doing it in the bold where it has the color background? Yeah. Right. So you've got a certain amount of words, and I would make sure that you can put a lot of words in it, but would just make sure that it keeps the color. And
Yeah.
I would do it in red, right? So
Yeah.
it's like an alarm.
Mm-hmm.
FYI, your body's not immune. Right? Maybe put that in parentheses. FYI, your body's not immune from this.
I think that's what it was. I was trying to get the words down, and I must have left some stuff out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which organ has got 20 to 30% in the last decade? Am I Karnak? The answer is
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
you're welcome. And you could pick something else. So if we're still talking fatty liver, what else has the liver done? You might do, does the liver help with like your skin, the look of your skin?
It helps with everything. Your skin, it helps with your well, your function, your glucose, your cholesterol, all those things. Because everything goes through your liver to be detoxified.
Which liver is which liver? Which organ is the what organ in your body is responsible for helping every other organ in your body? Again, just you could chat GPT some questions. So let me just do that real quick here. Hang on. What are some marketing? At the end of this, Diane, what would you want people to do?
Well, to ask the question or look for more information.
Okay. Let's see what our. So the goal isn't to educate. It's to resonate, the click of resignation. Headline, your liver isn't toxic, it's terrified. How many of us have a scared liver? Might be the post. Right? A bottle of your last liver cleanse. Oh, so yeah, your last liver cleanse, in parentheses, I mean it. Most people understand they got to keep cleaning their liver if they learn how to live smart. The most important question about your health. And what would you start doing or stop doing tomorrow if you know we're no longer afraid of the consequences? Mm,
Sorry, I lost you there.
no, that's okay. So I'll
Under-
send these notes to you.
Okay, sure. Thank
So
you.
we want to speak again. It's about the signal.
Yeah.
Every time when we say the rich is in the niche means the rich is in the signal. We want to narrow it down, narrow it down, narrow it down. I want to turn up the volume on those who want to raise their hand. In marketing, we call it the funnel. We call it the avatar. What we're really speaking to, and the reason that we can get a funnel that speaks to our psychographic, our demographic, our socioeconomic graphic. The reason it doesn't land is because we are not in tuned physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. We are not in tune with our message. We are distractible. We are distractible and we aren't definable. Right? If I were to ask your friends what it is you do, and if the response comes back saying, well, they do this thing, that is not a clear signal. That is not a clear signal. That's why it's hard to describe what I do, yet my signal is clear to help people have more of what they want and less of what they don't. That's a clear signal. Well, how do you do that? Very well. Why do you ask? Mine is about helping people become better humans. Nobody wants to hear that because at the moment of hearing, I help you become a better human, you instantly throw up the protection objection, the protection lever that says, I'm a good human. I didn't say you weren't. Then you have to talk them off the cliff. So when somebody hears, I want to have more of what I want, less of what I don't, I want some of that. So when you're asking questions about the liver, it is the forgotten redheaded stepchild of the body. We work out for our heart. We do toner, special. We won't have SLS in our shampoo because it's sulfates, and we will eat green food, but we never talk about our liver. I've seen whole conversations at dinner talk about diet, and especially if it's a birthday, because somebody's like, "Oh, I can't eat just a small slice for me, please." I've never in the 60 years I've been around, I've never had anybody sit down and say, hey, can we talk about our livers? Right? Maybe you put you go into Canva or someplace and you get a thank you card and it just says thank you on the front, and it's kind of either sitting there on a desk or whatever the image is of a thank you card, and saying, when's the last time your liver sent you one of these? Or how many times have you sent this out? And maybe it's a get well soon card. How many of you have had to send this out to an organ in your body? Maybe that's a post. If you had to send out a get well soon card to one of your organs, which one would it be? Oh, I need to make my heart better, right? Women's the high heart attack is the leading cause of death in women now. And it's been for a decade or so. Women have more stress. Do you know what stress? We all know what stress does to our heart. Anybody ever check in on their liver? Again, once my brain starts going into that. But yeah. Which organ suffers from stress worse, heart or liver? It might surprise you. And I know you're writing. Or the internet's kicked you out, one or the other, and I'm talking to air. Has it kicked her out? Well, I'll be darned. It has. Questions, comments, thoughts? Takeaways. What'd you learn? What'd you like?
Hey, Sean, this is Jane.
Yes, Jane.
Um, I've been really working hard at not speaking a whole lot, just talking to people, meeting them, finding out about them.
Okay.
And then then I ask them, do you like to travel?
Mm-hmm.
And they'll answer, and then I'll say, well, I can help you with that. Or
Okay.
no, I say, do you like to travel? And they say yes. And I say, where would you like to go that you would really, you've been thinking about for a long time? Where would you like to go, or where would you like to visit? I get that. Then when I say I can help them, then it seems like one, either they come back with an excuse. Oh,
Right.
we've traveled so much, I can't travel anymore. Two, I don't have any money.
Yep.
And it goes on and on and on. And I say, well, I can save. You don't have to do it now. Let's get you just started, and I can show you how you can save later
Right.
and all that. But it's not seeming to resonate with them wanting to go forward. What do you recommend?
Nobody wants help.
Nobody wants help?
Mm-mm. Help means I'm weak. I'm incapable of doing it myself. And you're not a travel agent. And so if you're talking to people who are a little more mature, they have a perception of somebody who is a travel helper. And you don't fit that quality. You're a 40-year pharmacist. So you can't help them. You're not going to help them. The company's going to help them.
So I would say the company can help you with.
Well, no, what I would say is, hey, listen, if first of all, the dream of travel isn't big enough. I like spaghetti, but I don't eat it because of my sugar. Well, but I've got the best spaghetti sauce. Sorry, it doesn't fit in my budget. Now you give me you want to talk fillets and steak. You want to talk about eating a dinner that's amazing. Great, we can talk about the carnivore diet. My point is that it's not a big enough pull to them. So my question is if you're talking to people who have traveled, you have to put them back in the memory. It's called linking in psychology. You've got to link them to the last most favorite place they've been. So when I have a conversation with somebody, if I was having a conversation with somebody around travel or around anything specific, right? If I was talking to somebody about trading, what was your best deal? What made you excited about your best trade? What made you excited about your best trip? What made you excited about the activity you did that you couldn't have done before? You ran a marathon, you're right. So I want to know that thing that was a peak experience. Tony Robbins calls them peak experiences. So my goal is to get you into a peak experience. Doesn't matter whether it's positive or negative. It is a peak. It is a highest. It is a most memorable. So if I were to ask you, what was the most incredible trip you've been on to date so far? Because I'm sure you've got some other places you want to go. What's the best memory you have in your travels?
Well, personally, I can't, because every trip I've been on, they've been better than the next. And
Okay,
the
but
next
what
has
was
been
your
better
best
than
one?
the past, huh?
Interesting answer, not the answer to my question. I didn't ask you if you kept getting on better ones. What's the best one you've been on so far? You're going to be on better ones going forward. You just proved that. My question is, what's the best one you've been on so far? If I were to ask you, what's the greatest memory that shows up from all of the trips you've currently been on?
And that's my problem, is I can't differentiate them because
Sure
they're
you
all,
can. Pick one.
let's say the Ecuador.
Okay, excellent. What's the memento you brought back from Ecuador? What's the little thing, the little trinket that you have that when you look at it, you go, ugh, that's my Ecuador trip. What photo do you have that's out?
I have some pictures that I refer back to.
Excellent. Are they out and open, and do you see them often?
Not as often as I would like, but I see them often.
Often. Then I would put them front and center, because that feeling, that experience that you have, that's a good feeling, isn't it?
I'm sorry?
That feeling of when you look at those pictures makes you feel good, doesn't it?
Yes.
The biggest reason why people don't like to travel is they forget how good they felt when they traveled. It is a pain in the ass to go traveling. You got to pack, you got to go to the airport, and things are delayed. Yet all of that seems to make it worth it when you have that epic moment on the trip, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Excellent. So if Ecuador was your trip, when do you think it would be okay for you to 10x that experience, to have the next trip so absolutely incredible that it dwarfs the amazing feeling you had at Ecuador? Ecuador's didn't get any less. It's just the next trip got amazing. What would that, how valuable would that next best trip be to you?
That would be great.
Great is a cheesy answer. It's like when somebody asks you spaghetti. How's your spaghetti? Fine. Do you want the next Ecuador 10x? Do you want the next Ecuador double? Do you want to just have the most amazing experience?
Well, who wouldn't want to?
I don't know. My question is I don't know. I'm not talking to who, I'm talking to you. Would you want that?
No, I mean, I say it in, oh,
I'm talking to you. I'm asking you, the person. I'm asking Jane, whether you're a marketer or not. I'm just asking you about travel. When do you want to have that next great feeling of, oh my gosh, this is an iconic moment, a top 10 moment, top 5 moment? When would you want to have that?
well, I'd love to have it tomorrow if I could do it.
Excellent. What would you need to do it tomorrow?
I'm sorry?
What would you need to make it happen tomorrow?
There'd be a lot of little things like, well, the major one I would have right now is that I've got to get my knee better so I can walk.
Awesome. So let's say you take a magic pill and tomorrow it's better. What else do you need?
Just get up and go.
Okay, so you have the time and the money to be able to go do it?
Oh yeah, I'd have to find money and I'd have to find a I'd have to do my travel plans.
Excellent. Well, see, one of the neat things about what we do with our business model is we just don't get you a ticket. We have ways for those who are interested to be able to travel for no fee and to be able to have an amazing story and be rewarded for it.
Yeah. So am I answering from my point of view when I
Sure.
ask those
Yep.
questions?
Yeah. You're not at all in their world.
Okay.
I can help you. How the hell can you help me? You got a bad knee. How the hell could you help me? That's what's going on in their head.
I'm sorry.
What's going on in their head is you got a bad knee. You can't even walk. How could you help me? They're going to find up their brain is designed to defend who they are. And the easiest way to defend who I am is to attack you. And they attack you, never saying it verbally, all signal related, all vibrationally related. You're older than me, right? I go to talk to young kids. I go talk to kids Mason's age. You can't help me. You're 60 years old. So I don't speak about age. I speak from vibration. I speak about signal. I speak about the vibration that's going on in their world. Not my world. Nobody's in my world.
I don't, yeah, and I don't talk about my age to anybody.
Oh yeah, but it comes across. Comes across in your pitch. It comes across in your conversation. There's not a lot of excitement. Oh, I can help you. You're doing the pharmacy conversation because you're talking to people who are scared about medicine. And that's a perfect tone for a pharmacist. I wouldn't be a good pharmacist. I don't speak to that. I don't speak at that vibrational state. That's why I'm not a pharmacist. I don't have that vibe. I love talking to my pharmacist. I love putting a smile on their face. I love making them freak out and have fun. You know, Gloria, I'll holler in Walmart, Gloria's the best. And they all turn red and everything else. Maria, the checkout woman who's from the Philippines. we were talking and she started telling me some funny stories. And I said, Maria's the best. And she hid behind the counter. Pharmacists don't do that. They don't say, Jane's the best. She's got, phlebitis. She's amazing. They're not going to do that. So you can't help people. Now you can say, I can help you, say, listen, but that's my 40 years and my 4 decades of being in the pharmacy of helping people heal themselves. I can write you a prescription for more cost-effective travel. That I can do.
Must have a poor connection because I didn't hear what you said.
No, it was good stuff.
Well, how can I change my vibe from being a caring pharmacist to more of a caring travel companion?
You said something earlier where you don't talk that much.
I'm sorry?
You said something earlier where you said you're not doing all the talking. You're letting them talk.
I'm
which is
working.
good. Which is
Yeah.
good. The key is have you set the stage of why the conversation? What are they going to have the conversation for? If I came to you and I had questions about metformin, would you talk to me about amoxicillin?
Well, no.
Why not? You know about it. I should know about it at some point in my future. If I needed to take I don't even know what they call it, an antiseptic or whatever it's
An
called.
antibiotic.
Something. I knew it was anti-something, against something. Why wouldn't you want to talk to me about amoxicillin?
Well, you don't need it.
So
You're
then
not sick.
I would do the same thing when you're talking to people. What do they want? Hey, we're going to have a conversation. How could I be of best service? Not help. Nobody wants help. They want to be served. Right? People who have butlers are getting help, but they don't call them helpers. They call them butlers. They're not helpers. They're butlers. They work for me. They serve me. So I'm here to serve you. Most people think it's demeaning themselves to be in service. I am your servant. This morning, for the last 65 minutes, I am your servant. Literally, I am here to serve you. If you don't need service, I'll go find somebody else. But I'm here for you. And if you don't want service, then I'm not going to stand here holding the dish rag waiting on you.
So if I said something along the line that says, I am here to help you, how would you, where do you want to travel?
No, you see, you keep throwing in, I want to help. You can't help them.
That's right. I'm here to serve you.
Yeah, say, how can I be of best service? I don't ever say I'm here to serve you. That makes me less than you. I say, how can I be of service? Which means I am a massive resource to whatever it is you want, and I can serve you with anything you want, but I am not in debt to you. I am not required to be here. But I will serve you in any way I can. What would you like service in? And people like to be served more than they like to be helped. So the question is how could I be of service? Well, you want to tell me about your thing? I'd be happy to explain it to you and share some of the benefits of it. Where would you like to start? They've got to give me their point. Clarify, qualify, create expectation. Clarify. What do you want to talk about?
Okay, you just met them and you kind of got to know who they are and what they're doing.
Yep.
And then you say, how can I be of service to help you? Or how not to help you, not to help you.
Right, but you see how it's wired into you?
Yeah.
And so you become this helper to helplessness. And their signal is I'm not helpless. I've traveled. I know this. I ain't got time for this. I don't have time to be to feel helpless. And that's the feeling we give off. It's not intentional. It's just how you've been wired for 44 decades of helping people who are sick and scared and frustrated and didn't get their copay and all of this stuff. And you want to show them how this particular prescription will serve them if they take it accordingly. A lot of people get the prescription and hardly ever take the pills as they're supposed to. I've taken antibiotics a couple of times. They go, you got to take it every day for 7 days. I always wind up with extra antibiotics. I don't know why. Because I don't take it the way it's prescribed. That's my fault. Most people don't take life the way it's prescribed.
They what?
Most people don't take life the way it's prescribed. Life wasn't prescribed to you to be stressful and painful and upsetting and frustrating and to be sick. That
Mhm.
wasn't the prescription when you came here. You took that on yourself.
Okay.
So, yeah. And if I'm having a business conversation, I don't need to talk about the weather. I'm on a small talk diet.
No, I don't do that.
Awesome. So I don't need to get, if I know, I need to get to know them before I have the presentation, because when I sit down for business, it's business. How can I be of service?
So if they said, what about this kind of scenario? You know, we kind of get the small talk. I just met them, small
Yep.
talk. We have the small talk, and then I just simply say, do you like to travel?
Nope, I don't.
Nope.
Why would you ask a question that you could get a negative? My question would be is, what do you love most about traveling?
What you love most about traveling?
Yeah. They're not going to give me anything negative. Oh, I hate TSA. Yeah, but I didn't want you to go there. Now I got to dig them out of that hole. What do you love most? I know there's all of the challenges and frustration and delays and everything else. I know all of that. My question is, what do you love most about traveling? Is it putting your toes in the sand? Is it smelling the fresh, clean air at the top of a mountain? What do you love most about traveling? Because if I ask you what you like about traveling, most people are more positive or more negative. More negative. So their answer is going to be more negative. Why would I want to skew my response to have a negative starting point?
Then okay, so I say, what do you love most about traveling?
Yep.
And then they come back and I'd say, would I say where, if money and time.
Nope, that's a cheesy line.
That's a cheesy line. Okay.
Yeah, that's oh, this is one of those things.
Okay. If you have your druthers, where would you
Nope,
want?
I wouldn't even ask that.
Well, how would I get moved to the point to find out?
Excellent. You got to become a better human. When they say, oh, I love this, when's that on your calendar? Create the expectation. Let them create the expectation. Let them realize they don't have the money, or they're not putting their time. They're not putting themselves first. Let them recognize that. Don't let me tell them that.
No, I wasn't going to tell them that. I was
No, but that's what you're saying when you say those things. If
Okay.
time and money weren't a problem, so you're
Well,
saying time and money is a problem.
if I don't add that and I just say, we find out that they like to travel. And
Yep.
then I say, where would you like, what is your dream place?
No,
because
now you're pinning them down. And if they don't have an answer, if you don't have an answer to my question, did you pass or fail?
I'm sorry.
If you don't have an answer to a question I asked, do you feel like you passed or do you feel like you failed if you don't have an answer?
I'm indifferent to it.
No, you're not. That's a lie. Don't lie to me.
I'm not lying to
Yes, you are. I can tell you. I can feel it in your bones. If you don't have an answer to my question, you want to answer my questions. You can't say you're indifferent, because if you're indifferent, then you're showing up indifferent, which is why people don't want to have more dialogue with you, because you're indifferent to them. I'd work on that. All of this is signal. None of it is language. Words are 7% of what we're going to go have a conversation about. 93% is everything else. It's our signal. It's our tone. It's our timbre. It's our pattern. It's our pacing. It's our body language. It's our smile and our voice. And if you're indifferent to their responses, they feel that. They feel it. So
how-
I don't want to ask them anything they can fail at. I don't ever want to ask them a question that gets them to feel bad. I want them to, right? People hate to be sold. They
Right.
love to buy. So I want them to buy their new opportunity. I want them to buy their next dream. I want them to buy into the fact that they're worth it. And then I want to become a valuable resource to help them buy that. So if somebody said, "Oh, I love to travel and I love to go this," when's that on your calendar? When are you going to do that next?
You don't ask them where they want to go or what?
I don't care where they want to go. When I ask them, what's the thing you love most about traveling? Because how many places could you go? If somebody says, "Oh, I love the smell of clean air." How many places could they go and smell clean air that they like?
I'm sorry?
How many places could they go and smell clean air if they say, "Oh, I love just when I get to my destination and I walk outside and I can feel the sun and I can smell the air"? How many places like that exist on the world?
I don't know.
Millions, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not going to ask them.
Every place would be different per person.
Absolutely. So why would I want to narrow it down by asking them where? I want them to be dreaming. People buy your program because they dream, not because they have a destination. Your program sells dreams, period. And you can buy dreams at a discount. That's all your program does. That's all it does. Doesn't make TSA go away. It doesn't get them the private plane. It doesn't do anything. It sells dreams. And if I'm talking strategy or status, that is not dreams. It is required for people to travel that they have a dream place. So once they have a dream and the dream is real, now we can make it happen. How do we get you there? That's the shift. That's your systems. But nobody believes that travel is cheaper because of your program. If it was proven, and it is, why is there such a disagreement on why they should use your program if they can get it at a better discount? And you show them better discount, better discount, better discount. The reason that they can't buy it is because they don't have the dream of traveling it. They use the excuse, "I don't have time, I don't have money." Your dream's not big enough. You'll either find this is for everybody. Your dream's not big enough. So your goal, your responsibility is to inspire their dreaming.
So what word, if they say, and it boils down to the fact that their dream's not big enough, how would you work to get the dream bigger so that they understand that, yeah, I really, really want to go?
Yeah. So my question would be, is that your first response or is that your dream response? If you really had the time to sit down and dream out your most idyllic, amazing destination of memories and fun and joy and laughter, who would go with you? where would you go? What would you want to see that you haven't seen yet? What one of the 7 wonders of the world would you like to go see? Or maybe you've seen them all. What quiet corner of the world would you want to go sit on a riverbank to just listen to the water flow? The challenge is that your program requires people to visualize, and very few people can speak in visualization. So when you get them to dream, visualize, then they become fanatics on wanting to get that to happen. And your job is to help the fanatic. If I were to ask you, what's your next big dream destination look like? Oh, well, I don't know. Then how the hell am I supposed to ever go? How am I supposed to get excited about what you want? I can only go as far as you can see. I need you to help me see farther. And if you're not inquiring on opening up my capabilities to see farther, I'm stuck where I'm at. Our job as mentors, as leaders, as givers of good health is for them to visualize what they don't already have.
Huh.
And yours has an unfair advantage of really allowing people to dream. Let me ask you this. If you could spend time speaking with somebody about dreaming about their greatest, best trip that they can get to go on, or getting their liver to not be fat, which would you rather do?
Which what?
If you could speak about helping somebody live a dream of going on a vacation that is absolutely stupendous, a great memory, or how to get the fat out of your liver, how to get your liver healthier, which one would you want to talk about?
Travel.
Then why? Yeah, it's an unfair advantage.
But so many people, they say they have a dream, and then they say, you know, as you progressively talk to them, yeah, they've got a dream, but then they put in all these negativity.
Right, because you're talking to them about you allow them to speak to their excuses.
How do you prevent that?
Very easily. Why do you ask?
Why do you ask? Okay.
So the way you prevent that is say, I know, I want you to dream. We're not talking about your time or the money or this. Tell me the dream. The reason that you don't have time and money is because the dream isn't big enough. I have a way of helping people make their dreams come true. I just got to see how big your dream is. I can't help you if you want to stay stuck and don't travel for the next 5 years. I don't do that. You know that phrase, where there's a will, there's a way? I'm that person. If you got the will, I got the way, baby.
Okay.
I just need to know if you're ready.
Okay, what do you do about the people who, another topic, I'm sorry.
Okay.
They want to talk to you, but they don't want to jump on a Zoom and talk to you face to face. It's always text writing.
Sure. Because that's their excuse.
That's their excuse.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're afraid to have a dialogue because they're trying to get the info without paying the price. And the price is a Zoom conversation. So you have to nip that in the bud and say, on a scale of 1 to 10, where do you see yourself in looking for a solution to these questions? 1, not interested at all. 10, I needed it yesterday. Anything less than a 7, Google is going to be your best resource. 7 or above, we should have a conversation. We keep letting people dictate to us how to waste our time.
Right.
I'm curious why that works for you. And I say you, editorially you. We think people are excited when they get information. They can't get any better information from you than I can from Google. The only thing I can't get from Google is you. And we keep wanting to be Google. Let Google be Google. Hey, Seamus. Let Google be Google. Let you be you. Stop being Google. Do you think Google gives you 1.2 million answers? Do you think it's upset if you don't use any of them? No. Then why are you upset when they don't use you? You're just being Google. That's ridiculous. Love it. We're going to wrap this up. Hey, Silka. Great questions, Jane. Keep bringing them.
I will. I just have a lot to think about today. No.
Well, there's a lot to think about and there's a lot to do.
Right.
Doing pays you more than thinking.
You know, and I've even I've been working on why did I get so excited about pharmacy and why was I successful?
Yep.
And then working on bringing it into travel.
So do you walk through CVS and tell people you should get your flu shot?
I don't work retail.
I know, but I mean, but when you did the pharmacy, if you were doing pharmacy, or when you were pharmacy tech, and you would tell the aide, the other tech, saying, hey, if anybody's got a question, bring them to me. Why didn't you just walk the things and say, hey, let me tell you about amoxicillin?
Oh.
What the hell are you talking about? I don't want to know about amoxicillin.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You only help people who raise their hand. This is no different.
Right. Okay.
Remember, you write prescriptions for people who have a disease. And now one of your prescription writing capabilities is to dream. You write a prescription for people who have dreams. Period.
Okay. So I think one real quick question.
Sure.
Be done. Let's say they are, or they know I'm a pharmacist, or they even they're not a pharmacist.
Yep.
And we find out what's going on, and then I say, I could write a prescription for you to help you to
See, there's that word.
I know.
And I know you heard it. So if they're another pharmacist,
I caught myself before I said
exactly.
it.
If they're another pharmacist, I would say, hey, listen, when's the last time you wrote a prescription for your dreams?
Oh, okay.
We've been doing this for 40 years together. When's the last time you wrote a prescription for yourself, for your dreams, that you could fill?
That's what I was trying to get into.
I know. I hear it. If I didn't hear it, I wouldn't be good at what I do.
You are, yeah.
So when's the last time you wrote a prescription for yourself? How many of us have, you could say this to pharmacists, how many of us have written prescriptions for ourselves to have more fun, have more time, and then we never filled it?
I didn't catch the last part.
And then we never filled it. How many of us have written prescriptions for ourselves? We said, I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to get healthier. I'm going to get my knee working. I'm going to do all of this stuff. And then we never fill the prescription.
Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah. So see how your voice changed? See how it changed your signal because it became aware? That's all. That if you're not speaking signal, the rest is just blah, blah, blah. It's Charlie Brown's teacher. Wah, 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 wah. There's no novelty. There's nothing new about it.
Okay.
So there you go.
Thank you.
Alrighty. One more time, I see Silka's hand up. I'm not sure if she's still there.
No, I am here. I just
Okay.
had to find my microphone, but then Jane was still talking, so I
Okay,
was
go ahead.
quiet. because I want all her questions to be answered. Well, this is actually a response to what I received from someone while you were, no, I received it a couple days ago, but it reminded me when you were speaking to Jane about, and now I don't remember exactly what you were saying to her, but this person actually sent me a message and said, at what point will you be ready to start taking care of your health? And I'm like, what the hell? What makes you think I don't take care of my health? And so, I mean, he was trying to promote his healthy product. But
Yep.
when you are sending something like that, I mean, it makes you like, what the hell is this person thinking? I'm not taking care of my health. Here, I'm not overweight, or, I wasn't complaining about a fatty liver or something. So
Right.
why would somebody suddenly send a message like that?
Well, one, to stir up emotions, which is what they just did, right? They stirred up emotions.
Yeah, and you would have said, well, isn't this fascinating?
Sure. So and again,
But
they're
it would
they're looking to get some response, which they did. Now, they may not see or hear it. You may never respond to that, but they created a response in your body. That's good marketing. Is it the best to get the results you want, to have people buy the product? I wouldn't suggest that. If I were to say something to that respect, I would say, I understand we're all very busy. If you could improve the things you use for your body, what would be the biggest thing you'd want to improve on? You're already doing some amazing stuff. You look
Right,
healthy, right? But it's how do we move them into dreaming in the field we're in, rather than, it's called polarization. In marketing, it's called polarization. Who this is for and who it's not for. I only talk to people who want to take control of their body when they decide it's time for me to take control of my body. The people who are kind of in control say, the hell, you think I'm not in control? And so it's a polarization. I'd rather not polarize. I'd rather magnetize.
yeah, right, because it kind of is off-putting. But this person is a European. I think he's in Romania or
Shocking.
somewhere.
Shocking.
Slovenia. I
Yep.
think it's Slovenia. So it's more forward. You probably wouldn't get that here, but I was to myself, because I'm very aware of my body. I'm like, what the hell?
Yep.
But yeah, okay. It just
You're
popped in my
so
head while you were.
vain.
What?
Fuck.
No, hold on. It's just some background noise.
It sounded like Jane came back on.
No.
Okay. Well,
there you go.
I just wanted to share that, because it does make a difference in how you talk to people.
Absolutely. 100%.
All right. Thank you. That's all I wanted to add to that.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. I love being able to solve questions. We're going to keep it to 45 minutes tomorrow. I just went today longer to be of value and service, because there was some momentum there. So bring your questions. Know that you're going to get a response. And if I don't know, I'll be the first one to tell you. And there's usually a good chance that I've got some input on it. So I'm your head brain training. Answer those tough questions, Misfit. I'll see y'all where?
The
The
next.
next
At the
event.
next event.
Next
Somebody give me
event.
some Costa Ricas.
Pura vida.
Pura vida. We love you, Mark. And some Lydias.
Peace
Be
be
with
with
us all.
Be with us all. And the queen of helping you have more of what you want and getting questions you want answered, Jessie Lee Ward.
Boss
Boss
Lee.
Lee.
Boss Lee. We love you, girl. And there's a little Molly Molly and a little white Fluffy.
Gurgly.
Gurgly, gurgly.
Yes. Yes. All right, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Today's Thursday. Today's Friday.
No Thursday.
Oh, today's Thursday. All right. Yes, we will see you tomorrow. Love you tons. Bye for
Love
now.
you too.